How was your vacation?
Downstairs.
Like it from where you were down there.
Wow. You always got one out there somewhere trying to stir the pot.
Welcome back, Michael.
Hey, thanks, Mayor. I was going to show you this on our subject last night.
Scam email. Look at this. Asking me to send payment information.
Oh, ask
Along in our same.
yeah.
Just crazy.
Oh, they've been. I guess they've been tearing us up lately. They've.
This, we were talking about scam email.
Oh, yeah. The mayor's just really confused about where he wants his money to go.
Yeah.
Our subject matter.
You ready, Trina? Call the meeting to order. If you call the roll, please, or Trina. Sorry.
Councilman Sabo? Councilman Wolford?
Here.
Councilman DeFlippia? Councilman Hudson?
Here.
Councilman Strider?
Here.
Councilman Lilly? Councilman Reimer?
Here.
Councilwoman Walker? Here. Mayor Moans?
Here. Thank you. Please rise, Councilman Reimer. So word of prayer, please.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day you've given us and to watch care over each one of us so we could be here this evening. We ask, dear God, that you be with us in our meeting tonight. Be with each decision that's made. It's the right one for our city. These things we ask in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Councilman. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Trina.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Trina. Need a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting, please. Is there a second? Excuse me. Adam. Councilman Strider, second. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye opposed. Motion passes. City's monthly financial statement.
None this evening, sir.
Thank you, Councilman. Petitions, communications, and public hearings. Item A is to open the floor, right, Michael, for a public hearing on the zoning for the operation of brew pubs. So, at this point in time, we'll open the floor for a public hearing. Does anybody have any questions or comments on the ordinance before us about zoning for brew pubs? Anybody? Okay, thank you. Close the public hearing. Item B, if you'd read the title, please, Trina.
An ordinance to amend sections 1307.01 and 1329.01 of the city code of the city of South Charleston concerning breweries and schedule of use regulations.
Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Second by Councilman, who was it? DeFicco? Any discussion on this one? Anybody have a comment? Michael, you have a comment?
No.
Just kind of house cleaning.
Well, I mean, obviously we need to pass this, but MPC was in favor of it, and obviously it creates some more flexibility for our city to attract new businesses, and it's a housekeeping matter in the sense that we need to pass it to move forward.
Okay. All righty. Any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye opposed. Motion passes. Item C, if you'd read the resolution, please, Trina.
A resolution authorizing the city of South Charleston to invest funds in the West Virginia Board of Treasury Investments Consolidated Fund.
Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Reimer. Rick, you got a comment on this? Or your hand up?
The state treasurer's office operates a consolidated fund, and the city can buy electronically transfer surplus funds up there for as little as overnight, and they pay 3.5%, which is more than what you get at a bank. And if we want it, as long as we ask for it the next day about 9 o'clock in the morning, it's transferred back that business day. So, we get money in chunks. Like in September, we'll get $2.2 million in property taxes. Well, that's going to last us for a while. That would be a good place, we've got some small funds that we don't access very much. You know, we've got about 175, 180 in police seizures, for example. We can put that up there, earn interest until it's needed, and then, so it's just a way to.
It's a way for our money to make us money.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's no fees for it, and it's a, you know, it basically gives Hannah, the city treasurer, the ability to move that money as she sees the needs for the cities.
That West Virginia BTI ranked number 6 among all other states for investment pools in 2018.
Wow. Okay, any other questions or comments? Is there a motion to approve the resolution? I'm sorry, I already have a motion, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed, motion passes. I'm sorry. Okay, item D, if you'd read the title, please, Trina.
An ordinance to amend section 115.13 of Article 115 of the City Code of the City of South Charleston concerning council meetings.
Is there a motion to send to a second reading? Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Cybolt. And this is another one, just gives you flexibility. If y'all remember, we had a council meeting fall on July 4th, and you're kind of handcuffed as what you could do. This just gives council the flexibility to relocate that council meeting, reschedule the day before, the day after, whenever you see fit. So, okay. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion passes. Where are we at, Trina? E?
Yes, sir.
Item E, if you'd read the title, please.
An ordinance to amend section 951.03 of Article 951 of the City Code of the City of South Charleston concerning real property maintenance.
Is there a motion to send to a second reading?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Hudson. Any discussion? Steve, you got a comment on this? This is kind of your baby, wasn't it?
This
Rick?
is more,
Okay.
this is, someone challenged us on their, you know, we put a lien on their property because they wouldn't cut their grass. They sat there and watched our people cut it, and then challenged. And the magistrate, you know, sided with us. However, in looking at it, he raised one point. He says, well, it says in here that it's maximum's $200 an hour. And we charge based on FEMA, our actual cost for a person, not just their salary, but you know, cost of employment, you know, for all the fringes. And then whatever FEMA says you charge for a pickup truck and a weed eater or a chainsaw or whatever for the actual time. But we send maybe, you know, 6, 7 people go up and they knock it out in 45 minutes or something. Well, you know, what the argument was, well, we could have sent one person and charged you $200 an hour for them to take 8 hours to do it, where there was more than, but it's one of those little things that says maximum 200. It wasn't well thought out, and probably 200 at the time it was passed meant something else. So we just say, you know, as a schedule that is adopted from time to time. So this, you know, those actual costs, and again, and it allows the administrative cost too, because I told Gerald, I said, you know, his time and our time to file those claims cost us money.
Okay. Questions or comments? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion passes. Item F, if you'd read the title, please.
An ordinance
Trina.
to enact section 349.26 of Article 349 of the City Code of the City of South Charleston concerning notarized cards.
Is there a motion to send to a second reading? Is there a second to that?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Strider. Any discussion on this? All in favor of sending to a second reading, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion passes. Consideration of any bids, Councilman Cybolt.
Yes, sir, we have several. First of all, while it's 90 degrees outside, we're going to talk about road salt. Okay, in accordance with terms and conditions, the Finance Committee of the City of South Charleston recommends Compass Minerals at $95.01 per ton for a total of $190,000.20. And that's based on 2,000 tons purchased. They met the bid out of the other two, or there was only one other bidder, and they met all the requirements. Make a motion that we accept the bid from Compass Minerals.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wolford. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Saddle,
Yes.
Councilman Wolford,
Yes.
Councilman DeFebo,
Yes.
Councilman Hudson,
Yes.
Councilman Strider,
Yes.
Councilman Weimer,
Yes.
Councilman Walker.
Yes.
Yes. Councilman?
Okay, next is motion to accept the bid from Matheny Motors for dump trucks. The Finance Committee of the City of South Charleston has met and considered the following bid, which was advertised in accordance with the South Charleston City Charter and ordinances, and after careful consideration is the recommendation of the Finance Committee to award the following bids. Matheny Motors, one quantity, 2020 Ford F-550 truck with a snow package, price of $73,586. And also from Matheny Motors, a 2019 Freightliner M2 106 snow package at $108,027. These are budgeted items, and we pay with 2020 budgeted funds, and this is a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, we need a roll call vote, please.
Councilman Saddle,
Yes.
Councilman Wolford,
Yes.
Councilman DeFebo,
Yes.
Councilman Hudson,
Yes.
Councilman Strider,
Yes.
Councilman Weimer,
Yes.
Councilman Walker,
Yes.
Mayor Mullen.
Yes.
Okay, the next one is for a new garbage packer. The Finance Committee of the City of South Charleston has met and considered the following bid, which was advertised in accordance with the South Charleston City Charter and ordinances. And after careful consideration is the recommendation of the Finance Committee to award the following bid to West Virginia Tractor for a 2019 Freightliner M2-106 garbage truck in the amount of $133,539. Again, these are budget amounts we paid out of the 2020 budget year. This is a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Walker. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please, Trina.
Councilman Saddle,
Yes.
Councilman Wolford,
Yes.
Councilman DeFebo,
Yes.
Councilman Hudson,
Yes.
Councilman Strider,
Yes.
Councilman Weimer,
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker.
Yes.
Mayor Mullen.
Yes. Anything else, Councilman?
Yes, so the last one is, actually, this is a report of receipt of responses or an RFP. The Finance Committee of the City of South Charleston has reviewed the responses to a request for proposals received from a properly advertised RFP for solar panel installation at the South Charleston Memorial Ice Arena, and finds that the responses were in compliance with the terms of the RFP, and that entitles the companies that submitted are qualified to provide the service requested, and further, that the city rank the entities in order of preferences for future negotiations as follows. Number 1 is Alliance Solar Green, LLC. Number 2, Pickering Energy Solutions. And number 3, Influent Energy. That the mayor, city manager, city engineer, and city attorney be authorized to finalize a contract, including financial terms and conditions for the consideration by the city council. This is a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion on that? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed? Motion passes. Anything else, Councilman?
That is it for the city.
All right. Department heads. Department head reports. Anybody?
I got 2 graduating academy tomorrow,
Okay, great.
and they'll start on the road.
Great.
And
Does that get us back to full, Chief?
We're getting there. Yeah.
Okay.
Gets 2, and then 2 more going in August.
Okay,
Late
perfect.
August 26th, I think.
Perfect. Anybody else? Councilman
Go
Cybolt.
ahead, Rick.
We've been talking about the energy savings proposal that we did get a financing proposal which tax-free at 3.42% fixed, and it's like the fire trucks that you pay in arrears. So the next steps on that is to finalize that, and then we can consider it in September. But it's an attractive package. What it projects on, and that's replacing all of our 20-year-old plus HVACs across the city, paid for with the energy savings and reduced maintenance costs over the time. So you're basically switching dollars that you would have paid somewhere else, but it's 142 a year and 142,000 a year, which, I mean, we've had, you know, I mean, you replace one of those units, you're in the $20,000 range, and they're going to go. So.
Good.
But
Question?
it'll be coming up in
Yeah.
September.
Okay, thanks, Rick. Yes, Councilman.
From the library, a huge thanks to everybody, mayor, city department heads, everybody that worked on everything. We had the planetarium that they set up at the fire department because it was too big to put inside. We offered street crossing assistance. The guys put up a great show there. There was a tremendous following on that. And then we did the end of the year kids event at Oaks because we grew out of it at the LaBelle. And I think everybody in here participated somewhere or another at Oaks. It was huge. There were a lot of people there. It was a great venue. Couldn't have done anyplace else. And just from the library and the library board, thank you for everything y'all did for those things.
I'm glad it went well. I understand it was a big success.
Yeah. And we are growing leaps and bounds over there because of stuff like this.
Well, I'll tell you something too you ought to be aware of if you weren't. And Gerald, you'll chime in and if I miss something here, but Little Creek Park in the last couple of weeks, we hosted the West Virginia State Little League Tournament. Played a championship game there. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, or was it Wednesday or
It was Friday.
Friday? That's right. They went all the way to Friday, and as soon as they finished Friday afternoon, then Friday night we started a tournament with what, 70 teams, something like
78.
78 teams at Little Creek Park. Filled the hotels in South Charleston, and beyond. And so it was a really busy and productive week at Little Creek. If you haven't gone up there when all this stuff's going on, just drive through one time, and I think that'll make you proud of the investments we've made up there.
Yeah.
Huh?
The Firecracker softball tournament.
And we had the Firecracker softball tournament. That's right. How many teams was that, Gerald?
I think that was 75.
75 teams. 75 teams. So,
And we have one next weekend up there too.
and the formula was what? Was it $500 per child that is spent in your community?
Yeah.
So you do the math. You got 12, 15 kids on a team. You got 70 teams. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good hit.
And then starting Monday, the Rock will be used from 7 in the morning until 10 at night, the football field for soccer and football
Right.
practices. I mean, there won't be a break. There'll be like 10 minutes between each group.
And as I shared with you the last few years about, the first pitch was a strike, I have to admit to you that this one was not. This one was not. Matter of fact, it actually bounced. And so, but in my defense, they gave me no warm-up time this time. They called me and I got up there late and people were waiting and I just had to run out there and throw it with no warm-up. So for my defense, I think Gerald rigged that on purpose. I think he did.
Video.
Somebody's got video, I'm sure, Michael. When you got the crowd there and they're all cheering, and all of a sudden everybody goes, "Oh,"
I heard that in my house.
You probably did. You probably did.
Hey, at least it got there.
Ball waterlogged?
No, it's a brand new ball. I can't make, other than the fact that Gerald didn't let me loosen up. I mean, other than that, I think.
I didn't have anything to do with it.
Thank God the kid was a real all-star catcher. He scooped it right up, so he made me look as good as he could. So
He framed it.
yeah, he did the best he could with what he had to work with. So anyway, okay. Anything else? Any other questions, comments?
Mayor, we
Yes,
also
sir.
want to apply for the state girls high school
Right.
softball tournament too.
Right.
And we have to have the bids in on Monday, and then we have to go to the end of the month and do a presentation. But we already have the packet ready to go.
And that's a 2-year commitment, is it not?
It's 3 years.
3-year commitment. Okay. Which has been in Vienna for,
It's been at Vienna since they started.
I was going to say, been a long time. So okay.
Just want to remind everybody, Summerfest is coming.
Yeah, Summerfest. Was it 12th through 16th?
I think so.
Okay.
14 through the 7th.
14th through 17th.
Is there a car show?
There is a car.
Good.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
There is a car show.
Good deal. Okay. Nothing else. Is motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second? All in favor? Aye. We adjourn. Thank you all.
Was that?
Yeah. Break. Frankie just called me. That did me too, because Frankie called me. Well, he called me, and I thought, I'm gonna text him and tell him I'm in a meeting. And before I can start texting, he called me.
Grab me real quick while you're sitting there.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Good Lord. Good Lord. Just go away. Amazing.
I
didn't take that one.
Hey, buddy. All right.
Tell him to come over and sit down and be with you.
Don't go away.
Hey, how we doing? Good.
Sorry I was a little late.
Nah, it's okay. We'll get you caught up. That's fine. That's fine with me, buddy. Fine with me, okay.
Gets you out of here.
That's exactly right. Tired tonight too, guys. The heat just beats you down.
So we're there. I think the dog days is on.
That's why I like night shift. I feel like I was
Yeah, I hear you.
Do you mind me if okay, I won't be extra. I won't make him put them on.
Well, I can't put that on.
I know, but I got the stick, like, I still want to be extra.
You're fine, you're fine. Oh, and